Nigeria's Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has subtly condemned the SSS invasion of a court and rearrest of Sowore by declining to receive an anti-corruption award days after the incident. Mr. Osinbajo, a law professor and senior advocate of Nigeria, has been criticized by many Nigerians for not commenting publicly on the Friday invasion of an Abuja Federal High Court by operatives of the State Security Service. In what can be considered his first public statement on the matter, Mr. Osinbajo told the Wole Soyinka Center for Investigative Journalism that he could not receive an award he had been given few days after the court fiasco. In view of the development on Friday in the Sowore case, I think it would be insensitive and inappropriate to attend the ceremony. Mr. Osinbajo wrote the award organizers on Sunday in a statement signed by his spokesperson. Mr. Osinbajo had been named as the recipient of the Integrity Specialty of the Anti-Corruption Defender Award for his invaluable work of overhauling the Lagos State judiciary, facilitating far-reaching reforms in the administration of justice in the state, his work of promoting integrity in the civil society and business in Nigeria, and his consistency as a strong voice for promoting integrity in the country. However, in a message to the organizers of the award, Mr. Osinbajo said though he accepts the award, he could not receive it at this time for two reasons. He said, the award I note is for our justice reform efforts in Lagos State. I had accepted the award with pride on behalf of the excellent justice sector team we had. However, two reasons explain my absence. First is that I am currently in Abu Dhabi for an international meeting under the auspices of the government of the UAE, where I am the keynote speaker. Second, in view of the developments on Friday in the Sowore case, I think it would be insensitive and inappropriate to attend the ceremony, the vice president said. Armed SSS official on Friday invaded the Abuja court to rearrest Mr. Sowore, publisher of Sowore Reporters. The activist and a co-accused, Olawale Bakare, had been released on Thursday night, 124 days after they were arrested by the SSS for calling for a nationwide protest against bad governance. The Nigerian government charged them with treason, money laundering, and insulting President Muhammadu Buhari. Despite two separate court orders for their release, the SSS refused to release both men. However, last Thursday, Justice Ijoma Ojukwu ordered the SSS to release both men within 24 hours. The agency complied with the directive on Thursday night before the court invasion on Friday at the same Mrs. Ojukwu's court. Although the SSS later released statements claiming its officials did not invade the court, Femi Falana, the counsel to Mr. Sowore, said the head of the SSS team to the court apologized to Mrs. Ojukwu for the invasion. The court invasion and rearrest of Mr. Sowore has been condemned by many Nigerians as well as civil society groups. A lot of the criticism of the SSS action was directed at Mr. Osinbajo, who is the second topmost official of the Buhari presidency. The SSS Director General reports directly to the President without outrightly condemning the court invasion and Mr. Sowore's rearrest. Mr. Osinbajo's reaction to his award appears to show his disdain of this SSS action. The award. Earlier on Monday, the award organizers admitted they had received a communication from the Vice President. They announced a postponement of the award to Mr. Osinbajo, also citing the treatment of Mr. Sowore. The center had on Monday postponed the presentation of the award to the Vice President following outrage over the conduct of the State Security Service at an Abuja court last Friday. The postponement was decided on to align with protests against the repression of freedom of speech in recent times, especially in the incident between the Department of State Security, DSS, and Omoyele Sowore, publisher of Sowore Reporters. On Friday, 6th December, the Vice President himself shares his awareness and the inappropriateness of the award at this time. Motunrayo Alaka, the executive director of the WSCIJ, said. The WSCIJ hosts the award presentation event on December 9th, the World Anti-Corruption Day and eve of the World Human Rights Day, to highlight the importance of investigative reporting as a tool for accountability, good governance, and social justice in a democracy. Apart from Mr. Osinbajo, awards would also be given to outstanding investigative journalists at the ceremony. Amnesty International, a global movement promoting human rights in Nigeria and beyond, was also to be honored with the Human Rights Specialty of the Anti-Corruption Defender Award for its remarkable voice against human rights violations and oppressive laws, and its efforts to defend freedom of expression in Nigeria. So guys, those are the submissions of the vice president, for not going to be in attendance for the award, which he has stated because he is not around, and secondly because of what happened, to show already the action of the DSS. But the question is that, what had it been this award did not come up, or this event did not come up, that means he wouldn't have said anything, or maybe he's been looking for a way, to make his own opinion known. He didn't know how to go about it. Maybe he just used that opportunity to be able to say, okay, let me use that opportunity to tell them the reason why, and I'll be able to tell them my stand concerning this issue. Or is it because people have been talking here and there, people have been calling him, and people have been knocking, at him that, why are you not saying anything? Why are you not saying anything? Why are you not saying, why have you decided to be quiet? We don't know, but he has made his intentions, or he has made his own submission known, that because of what happened, that it will be insensitive for him to even receive that award. Why such thing happened? Either of the two, whether because of people talking here and there, complaining about his silence, or he just used that opportunity of this award of a thing to just express himself. Maybe he didn't, has not seen the avenue to be able to say one or two things. But whichever way, the issue is that, or the matter is that, he has not even said anything, in my opinion. He has not said anything, but he's been able to pass a message so that people will not talk, oh, he has not said anything. But people really want him to say, to explain better, even from the angle of the law, to explain better that what have you been doing with this presidency, that you guys just, flout court order, you disobey court order at will. People really need to understand, not just these two words, oh, because of it will be insensitive for him to receive that award because of what happened. People really need to hear more from him, because if it happened to opposition, or if not, the whole thing is not pertaining to their own government, he would have come out. We know him. He would have come out and say many things, and people will be clapping for him. But when it comes to what is affecting them, what they themselves are doing, it's always difficult. But we have the likes of Joe Igbokwe, who have said his mind, and also Ise Sage has come out, because Ise Sage has been on the fence, or rather be defending what is not. But with what is happening, it's only somebody who has already been destined, not to say the truth, that will always cover what is already opened. That is my own opinion. So people really need to hear more from him than all this because of whatever. You need to hear more from Osinbajo. Someone says, why are people attacking the vice president? He has no say in this government. They have used him to win election, and they have dumped him. If not for him, how many Christians will vote for this anti-Christian government? But for many of them, they will give account of their tenure. Let them not think we will be deceived to vote for them again. Someone say, there are times when silence is golden. Let our criticism be being born out of love. This man has proven himself over the years to demonstrate his integrity. When he was acting president, he sacked Daura fast for invading the Senate. Osinbajo, Vice President, Academics, and Commissioner for Funerals and Condolences. Someone says, Sowore issue is not an issue to discuss. Please, that's what somebody is saying. And someone says, thank you very much for saying that. Someone says, people don't understand the position of the Vice President. They should go and study the Constitution. The Vice President don't have powers. The whole powers reside on the President. As a son, he did a great work in repositioning the judiciary in Lagos State, which everyone expected him to replicate at the center. Unfortunately, he's not been given the chance. I don't like people talking ignorantly about him. Shagari was a Democrat like Wise Obasanjo to an extent that gives their deputies certain level of freedom to operate, but I don't think that is what is happening now. His conscience as a lawyer will not allow him to take such award considering what is happening in the administration he is part of, but not his own doing, but uh, criticizing him based on facts. Criticize him based on facts. You know, that's not what we are talking. What we are saying is that, what people are saying is that if it were to be, you know, if this kind of a thing is happening with opposition, he would have said something. Nobody is saying, oh, he's the one that's supposed to decide. He's the one that's supposed to take charge. He's the one that's supposed to give order. No. When people are condemning, a lot of people who are condemning what is happening, doesn't mean they have the power to change the narrative. No. But you just have to speak the truth when it is needed. You just have to speak this. People need to know your stand, because if people don't know your stand, people will just assume that you are part of the whole thing. You support what is happening, just like what Issa Sage is saying now, that the DSS needs to explain to Nigerians, you know, regards to their actions. You can not just rearrest somebody. You need to tell us why he was rearrested, whether because of what he said before or because he violated, maybe after he was released within the 12 hours that he was rearrested. You know, Nigerians need to know. You don't just keep people in the dark and expect people to just understand and you just take whatever action. That's what people are talking about. Does it mean even when Issa Sage has made his own submission known, does it mean he's going to give order to the DSS or do anything? No. So those are the things we are talking about. For people to say, oh, he does not have power to do this, he does not have power to do this. But if he's talking about other people or other things, he will have power to say all of those things. People need to be really objective in all of these things. Now that the presidency has not been saying anything concerning Sowore all this while, but as soon as other countries, international bodies are, you know, referring to what is happening, they are concerned, then the federal government just came to issue statement that they are not the ones always giving DSS order most of the time, because they know what to do. So why are they coming out to say to make their own submission at this point in time? But all this while they were quiet. Those are the things that we are talking about. Whether they have that power or maybe they are being giving the DSS order, that is inconsequential, because everybody knows what is happening. There's no way they are going to exonerate themselves from the DSS action. So guys, I would like to hear from you what you think about this whole thing. If you think Osinbajo has said enough, you know, concerning this Sowore's case, leave your comments below. Thank you very much.